Setbacks happen to everyone. Like, I'm a grandmaster. I worked so much on my chess, and I still had some games where I did stupid blunders or just lost some completely winning positions. There is no way to avoid these setbacks. So what I want to talk about today is how to actually recover quicker from the setbacks, because that's what really matters. And I want to do that by giving you 3 kind of quick hacks. So in the moment when you feel that frustration, what can you do? And then I'll give you 3 more long-term mindset improvements that you can do so setbacks start hurting less and less and less. So the first quick hack I want to share is when you have this super frustrating game, you lose a game or you have a losing streak, your rating is going down, you're in a plateau, whatever happens, whatever is a setback, that can be in chess, but honestly, it works in business, in life, wherever. Ask yourself, does this matter a year from now? Because like this, you can really kind of understand if this is something big or if it only feels big right now. And let me tell you, with basically all chess games you are going to play, the answer will be no, it doesn't matter at all a year from now. Like a year from now, you will have played many more games. Your rating would have been exactly the same no matter what you did in that game. So a year from now, you probably don't even remember that one single game. And even if you do, it was a good learning opportunity. So that's kind of the first thing I try to ask myself to give myself a little bit of perspective. Then the second thing is something I learned from Greg McKeown. He's a fantastic author. Really love his books, so make sure to check them out. He shared that when you have something bad happening, you tend to focus on yourself all the time, right? And you focus on the bad things. Why did I blunder? Why is this so annoying? Why am I so stupid? Why always me, right? It's just very strong focused on the bad thing. And what can help is to bring that focus to something positive. So you can ask yourself, what can I be grateful for? And this is at times very hard because at the moment of losing a chess game, I remember in my career, I was so mad sometimes. I was really going crazy when I lost games. I didn't handle them very well. So in that moment, it was really difficult to see something positive. But when I actually forced myself to say, okay, let's look at the positives. Oh, I have now an amazing wife. Then it was an amazing girlfriend, right? I have great friends. I can play chess for a living. That's actually something positive, right? This was my hobby, could do it for a living. So once I started counting all the things that I can be grateful for, this one thing that went badly, the chess game, usually the blunder or whatever it was, kind of diminishes in value again. So this is the whole point. So ask yourself when you play chess, and you watching this, like you're probably not even making any money from chess. It's just a hobby, right? So you can just see everything else in your life just being exactly the same. So if you have family, think of them. If you have loved ones, think of them. Like if you have, well, if it's just the fact that you can play chess as a hobby, you actually have time for that. You can maybe even invest money into a hobby. That's already quite a big privilege, right? There are people that can't do that. So think of these things that you can be grateful for, and it feels a little bit less bad. And the third thing you can remind yourself of is asking yourself the question, why do I play chess? So you just try to remind, why did I start in the first place? And if the answer is, well, to win rating, maybe there is something that you need to work on in the long-term kind of vision, because there should be an underlying reason. Maybe it's to have fun. Maybe it's to train your brain to stay active mentally. Maybe it's to do something stimulating, to prove yourself that you can improve at something. Whatever it is, there is a deeper reason than just winning or losing if you have chess as a hobby. So when you remind yourself of this, it gets easier. For myself, when I was a chess professional, this also worked because yes, I wanted to, prove myself, get stronger. It's a very competitive field, but still I had kind of a bigger reason. I wanted to inspire people because, well, nobody really trusted me or nobody really believed in me when I was younger. They told me I won't ever be a grandmaster, can never live from chess and so on. And so I really had this kind of vision of, well, I would like to inspire young people, especially that are like me, that have a dream, that want to make what they love their work, but other people don't tell them, no, that's not possible. So I kind of wanted to inspire young people. And then I told myself, well, wait a moment. if I'm now angry and I throw a tantrum and I throw things around and so on, am I really inspiring? Not that much. So cut that. Let's go back to normal. So these are kind of 3 questions you can ask yourself in the moment. And this will need some training, right? You'd first need the awareness of, oh, I'm upset. And then you can ask yourself, also, this will take longer time. Maybe you need, a break for 3 days next time you tilt horribly and lose 150 rating points. But then after 3 days, something in your mind tells you, oh, I need to ask myself these questions. The next time it's maybe 1 day, then it's a few hours and so on. So you can improve the time until you ask these questions. Once you ask these questions, they take the focus away from the bad thing that happened and kind of paint a bigger picture. And in the big picture, it doesn't seem all that bad that you lost a few rating points or blundered a piece or whatever. But these are only quick things. So these are things that can help in the moment, but they won't kind of resolve the problem. It will still come back that you're feeling frustrated, that maybe you tie your self-worth to your chess rating. All of these things are not resolved, right? So we need a bigger picture mindset change. And the first thing that you should simply do is to accept that bad things are going to happen, to accept that you're going to blunder, to accept that you're going to lose games. I feel that the acceptance of bad things happening for me is the biggest liberating factor. When I tell myself, okay, I'm building this business and everything has to go according to plan, I'm setting myself up for a lot of frustration, for a lot of stress, for a lot of anxiety as well, because that couples, right? The stronger your kind of reaction to losing a game, the more anxiety you will have the next time you play a game. So if you feel very stressed during games, that's probably a tell that you might take results too seriously and that you need to work on that. And then the anxiety will also go away. So just tell yourself, if I play chess, there is always a chance that I will blunder. And no matter how well I train, how focused I am, how perfect I try to do everything, I will lose games. And I will lose winning positions and I will blunder. And while this sounds negative at first, it's actually very liberating. It frees you up from perfectionism, and especially if you just started or you're not that strong yet, right? This is something I used as a Grandmaster, but even more it applies to lower rated players because your mistakes will be more obvious. You will make more mistakes and the engine will scream harder at you. This is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong. So if you just accept that, you can relax and let go of that anxiety and frustration. Then the second thing I want you to change is to focus on the process and not on the result. You might have heard that already. This is super important. And there is this kind of saying of sports people if they're interviewed, right? When somebody asks them, well, what is whatever, in 3 years there is this Olympic Games, what are you going to do? Or are you going to win it? And sometimes sports people always say, well, I focus on one game at a time, just focus on the process. And it sounds like it's just a saying, right? It's just what you tell media. But actually, a lot of sportsmen think like that. It's just about focusing on what you can control, on your input every single day, on giving your best in training, and just kind of accepting whatever happens, happens. You can't control the outcome. So if you take a lot of pleasure from the outcome only, so from your wins, then you set yourself up for failure when you lose. What is better is if you're getting more pleasure from, oh, I played a good game, or I tried my best this game, right? That's all you can try. You can kind of control this. You can say, whenever I sit down to play, I want to play with focus, right? What happens when you play with focus is outside of your control. Your opponent might play a brilliant game and beat you, outside of your control. You might make a mistake even though you focused well, outside of your control. You're not a god, you're not an engine, it's going to happen. So focus on the process, focus on things that you can control, and let the rest kind of leave it up to, okay, whatever will happen. And I'm saying this because I've worked on this for so long myself. It's something I still struggle with. So it's not like I'm perfect right now or whatever, but I try to remind myself as often as possible. Now with building, this YouTube channel, with building my chess business, it's like, okay, what can I do? Okay, I want to do this well. And numbers like how well this video performs, how many people buy my courses, all of these things. Like I can't immediately control that. I can only produce the best course possible, produce the best video possible, right? Just give my best in a certain given day and see what happens out of it, and trust that if I give my best for long enough, well, something good will come out of it. And long-term mindset change number 3 that I recommend, that I tried for myself, is to see losses differently, kind of reframing what they are. Because if you're saying every time I blunder or every time I lose or when I stagnate, I'm stupid, it shows I'm not worthy, it shows I can't improve anything, like how you talk to yourself is so important. So instead of that, kind of tying the result of a game to your identity, you can see that this loss is just a learning opportunity, right? It's something, okay, I did something not perfectly, I can learn from that. And kind of a trick that helps me, that ties into this quick hack that I ask, well, will this matter in a year, is seeing myself that I'm training for my future self in, let's say, 5 years or 2 years. And then I'm thinking, well, every time I lose, it's actually a possibility to learn something and get better. So future Noel in 5 years will be happy that I learned this lesson earlier. So it's not about winning or losing now, being stupid or smart now, being good or bad now. So this judgment can just go away. But it's like, okay, I just want to learn as much as possible. Again, what's in my control. So let's analyze this game. Let's go back to a normal training routine. That's all I have for now. I just wanted to, make this video and talk about it. Hope it's useful. Something of it sticks with you and helps you reduce the time and the amount of frustration you feel after a setback, because they are inevitable and it's okay. They are learning moments, and just go back, train, do your tactics, play your games, relax. Losses are going to happen, but they don't kill you, so you will improve. Let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of video, just talking about something mindset related that I feel is important and many of you struggle with. And let me know if there's something else that you want my take on, because I have a lot of experience, because my mindset was really bad. Okay,